Hello everyone. So far you've learned how to develop a Sudoku, how to draw a flowchart for a problem to solve, and today we are going to move into programming, and we are going to start talking about the elementary things in programming. So the most important things in programming are some things. So we can say that program is made of some things, which are those kind of things. The first one is keyword, programmer defined identifiers, operators, punctuations, and syntax. So what is a keyword? A keyword, also known as a reserved word, that means there are some words, some things inside each program which is reserved to the C++ programming language. You can't use them for the other purposes. They must be inside your program, and each of them has its own function. And they are always written in lowercase letters. You can't use capital letters and those kind of things. And here is an example using namespace std. This is a keyword, these are keywords, and this is a keyword, this is a keyword. So those keywords are reserved to the program itself, to the C++ programming language. Here we have an example, and this is a simple program written in C++. We've got using namespace int double cout return. Those things are called reserved words or keywords. They are provided by the C++ itself. You can't use them for the other purposes. They have special meaning. When we are saying using namespace int double cout return and those kind of things, they have their own meaning. You can't use them for the other purposes. And another important thing in each program is called an operator. The operators are used to perform operations on data. They are used to perform calculations, arithmetic calculation or logical calculation, which is being done by the central processing unit. And these are the arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and we've got the others as well. And we've got assignment. These operators are very important. For example, here we have some example in a program. We can say num2, which is a variable, equals to 12. We are going to talk about variable in the upcoming lectures. And sum equals to num1 plus num2. Look, this is an assignment, this is an operator, this is another one, this is an addition operator, which is all those three things are called operators inside a program. So you can use operators inside each program you are writing. Here we have a program example. For example, we are saying double num1 equals to 5, num2 equals to 12, sum equals to num1 add num2. So those are called operators inside a program. Another thing is called a punctuation. The punctuation are those marks which are used inside the program. For example, this is a punctuation, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. So it separates everything inside your program. Look how they can be used inside each program. For example, here we are saying double num1 equals 5, num2 num2 and sum, so they can be in the same line. So in order to separate two variables from each other, you need to do this comma, and in the end of each line or statement you need to use semicolon. For example, num2 equals to 12, this is another one. So by the end of each line you need to use semicolon, but in order to separate two things inside the same statement you need to use comma. And here we got another semicolon by the end of the line. At the end of this line as well we've got a semicolon, and at the end of this return 0 we've got another semicolon. So most of the lines inside any program is ended up with a semicolon. And another thing inside every program is the include directive. hash include directive. This must be inside every program. So through this one you are calling another file. This IO stream is inside another file, or it is another file which is being called by our program. So it is called a preprocessor directive. It is a content of another file inside our program. It's not the part of the C++ programming language, and it's not being seen by the compiler. So, and it is the single line which the semicolon is not going to end it. Another thing is comment. They are something inside a program, so it is optional, it's not compulsory. It can be used in order to clarify your line of codes or your statements or functions or your block of codes or stuff like that. So they are not executed, they are only some writings in order to clarify your code. You are going to write them together, and they are ignored by the compiler. They are not executed. For example, you have got two types of comments: single line comment, which can be used by using double slash, like here. For example, you are saying int length equals to 12 semicolon. This is your code, this is executed. Just you are saying, writing a comment, and you are saying length in inches or stuff like that. You can say, you can write down wherever you want here: int width equals to 15, width in inches, int area, calculated area. So these are only comments, they are not executed. It is optional. You can write them down or you can ignore them. And here you can write down any comment at the start of each line. So you are saying double slash calculated rectangle area. Look, if you've got int length 12, int width 15, int area equals to length multiplied by width, it's not that clear, but if you write down some comments, the program is going to be shown, or it is going to be much understandable. It's going to be shown in a better way. So this one is a single line comment, this one. But how about multi-line comment? For example, here we've got one line, two line, three line. So it begins with a slash and this star, and ends with this star and this slash. So when you are writing a multi-line comment, you need to write down the slash start, and when you end at the end of your block of comment, you are going to write down start and slash. And even this type of comment, this multi-line comment, can be used in a single line. It is the same as the single line comment, but you need to use the slash start and the star slash at the end of your line of comment. And this one is an identical C++ program, this one, and this is in this column you are going to define each line. This line begins with double slash, that means it's a comment line. This one include IO stream, that means preprocessor directive. We are calling this file. This file is useful when you are it must be used when we are using input or output, using namespace std. And which namespace we are using here? We are going to use std namespace. Int main, beginning of a function which its name is main. This is open bracket, and this is beginning the function of main. Whatever is inside the main function must be between this open bracket and this close bracket. Cout, hello there, that means cout is used in order to output some statement. We are going to talk about those things in detail, but here it's here we are explaining only the parts of a C++ program. So return 0, it sends the 0 back to the operating system in order to let the operating system know this program has finished executing. We have some special characters in C++ programming language. This is double slash, which begins which is used when we are begin writing a comment. This hash, when we are including a file, begins with a preprocessor directive. These angle brackets are used when we are enclosing those files which you are including. Open, when we are naming a function. When you are whenever you are writing a function, you need to use those parentheses. And these brackets are used in order to enclose a group of statements. These double quotes are used in order to put a string inside it. This one is semicolon, is used in order to end a statement to